There's a kind of tiredness that doesn't come from doing too much, but from holding too much. Holding thoughts that never fully settled. Holding emotions that didn't have a clear place to go. Holding moments that ended but somehow stayed. Some days don't feel heavy while they're happening. They become heavy later, when everything goes quiet and there's nothing left to distract the mind. That's usually when the weight appears. Not loudly, not dramatically, just there. I used to believe that healing meant understanding everything, understanding why it happened, why it hurt, why certain people changed, why some situations never became what they were supposed to be. I thought that if I could figure it out, if I could replay it enough times in my mind, then something would finally settle. But that isn't what happened. What happened instead was exhaustion. Some things don't get lighter when they're understood. They get lighter when they're no longer carried. Understanding can be useful, but carrying something for too long changes the body more than it changes the mind. Questions that stay open don't always need answers. Sometimes they need rest. There's a difference between clarity and peace, and they don't always arrive together. Clarity is mental. Peace is physical. Peace shows up as a deeper breath, as less tension in the body, as the nervous system finally softening. And peace doesn't always wait for explanations. We're taught that closure comes from answers, from conversations, from moments that make everything make sense. But real life doesn't always offer that. Sometimes the apology never comes. Sometimes the reason stays unclear. Sometimes the person who holds the explanation isn't capable of giving it. And waiting for that can quietly drain more energy than the original pain ever did. Some things don't need closure to stop hurting less. They stop hurting less when they're no longer revisited every day. There are moments when asking why doesn't lead to insight. It just keeps the mind alert. And staying alert for too long creates a kind of tension that rest alone doesn't fix. That tension settles in the body, in the breath, in the way sleep becomes shallow even when the body is tired. Some tiredness isn't solved by sleep. It's solved by letting go. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means loosening the grip. It means not holding the same moment with the same intensity over and over again. Some things don't need to be fixed. They need to be set down, not erased, not denied, just set down for a while. There is a quiet strength in allowing something to remain unresolved without turning it into a problem. Not everything unfinished is broken. Some things are simply still softening. Time does that better than logic ever could. There are seasons in life where thinking less is actually the wiser choice, where the most caring thing is to stop pressing for meaning and allow space to do its work. Space doesn't demand clarity. It doesn't rush conclusions. It simply allows things to loosen when pressure fades. Thoughts may still come and go. That's natural. They don't need engagement. They don't need response. Not every thought is asking for attention. Some are just passing through. Nothing important will be missed by letting them move on their own. There is relief in not needing to solve anything tonight. Relief in letting unfinished things remain unfinished without resisting them. Life doesn't require constant awareness. There are moments when nothing is asked. Rest doesn't need permission. It doesn't need explanation. It happens quietly, often without being noticed. Sometimes healing looks like movement. Other times it looks like stillness. Stillness isn't empty. It's where the body finally gets a break from carrying meaning. Attention can relax here. Listening can soften. Words can fade in and out. Meaning can blur. Nothing here needs to be remembered. If the mind wanders, that's not a problem. Wandering is often the first sign that effort is loosening. Some things in life only change when they're given time. Not effort, not analysis, just time, moving quietly forward. Tonight does not belong to effort. It belongs to slowing. Whatever remained unresolved earlier does not need attention now. There is no urgency in this moment. No decision waiting. Just a quieter rhythm. A gentler pace. Even breathing finds its own way when it's not monitored. Even tension loosens when it's not questioned. Nothing needs to be finished tonight. Whatever is still present is allowed to be present. There's nothing wrong with feeling deeply. Nothing to apologize for in having a soft heart or a full inner world. Emotions don't need to be controlled here. They don't need to be organized or named. They can simply exist without being judged or pushed away. This is a safe place to feel what's already there. And if emotions are still here, that's okay. Nothing needs to be pushed away. Nothing needs to be explained.